Good afternoon to all the attendees. My name is Rajat and I am working as a senior project manager in Solution Buggy. And I have over 5 years of experience in setting up of food processing units with deep expertise in PMKSY schemes, machinery selection and installation of food processing industries. Uh, a very warm welcome to everyone joining us today. AIM stands basically for acceleration, innovation, and new ideas in manufacturing, which is crucial for a company's competitiveness and long-term viability. I am very thrilled to be your moderator for today's session, brought to you by Solution Buggy. For those of you who are new to us, Solution Buggy is India's largest manufacturing consulting platform, connecting over 50,000 industries with a network of more than 12,000 plus verified experts to solve complex challenges in the manufacturing domain. Our end-to-end project support covers every stage of industrial growth, including consulting and training that covers lean management, quality improvement, process optimization, new industry plant setup from concept to commercialization, market research and product identification, detailed project report and feasibility studies, machinery procurement and plant setup, commissioning and operational support, supply chain and sales marketing strategy development. Whether you need a one-day expert consultation or a full-fledged industry setup, Solution Buggy connects you with the right professionals to ensure success. I welcome and thank our associated strategic partners and media partners and our beloved speakers for this session. We have successfully completed 3 sessions so far. We have received maximum attendees and response to. Thank you very much for that great response. I thank and welcome you all for this session as well. So today's topic in the morning was into the food processing sector. And for next 1 hour, we will be discussing on the very specific topic in food processing, that is beverages sector. So our first speaker, coming to our first speaker, we welcome Mr. Nilesh Lele, who has a varied experience in the field of engineering, finance, and strategy and marketing in the food processing sector. He is serial entrepreneur with a successful track record of starting and managing business. Nilesh is a mentor with Startup India and on the mentorship board of 4 incubation centers across India and is associated with 50 plus startups across industries. We will be discussing on the innovative work being done in the beverages sector. We welcome you, Mr. Nilesh. Coming to our next expert, we also have Mr. Shailendra Singh, who has experience in food and beverages industry of more than 19 years in various food industry like canning, dehydration, confectionery, snack and savory namkeen processing, jam and syrups, corn chips, etc. And there are many more industries which he have worked in. Specifically in product development, he has vast experience, plant setup, certifications required for food processing industries, licenses requirement, what are the government schemes that can be applied for various beverages industries, and turnkey solution that is from end-to-end plant setup. We welcome Mr. Shailendra Singh Rajput.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thanks for the brief introductions about myself. So, as you have said everything, I don't need to say anything more about myself. So let's go on to the topic itself with the beverages.
Definitely.
Yeah. So can you go for the next slide? Hello, everyone. So product development and manufacturing opportunity in Indian beverages. Currently, many of you know that the Indian industry is booming like anything, especially in food sector. So the beverage market is projected to reach around 53.5 lakh crores by 2030. This is driven by rising the disposable incomes of all the families in India. Like there are at least two people are earning nowadays. and the health wellness trends are going on. Like we want something like ingredients which are functional benefits. We don't want only just a drink to drink our conch or thirst we need. We want something in that also. The demand of the convenience flavors is also increasing. Juices are there, iced teas and energy drinks, different kind of ready to drink beverages are there. And the experience economy is now like special customers are there, like Gen Zs are there and millenniums are there who wants different flavors. They don't just stick to one drink. They want a new. They want to try new things. So this opportunities is growing fast, and it is helping the Indian market to grow and bring the new flavors, new trends in the market. Next. So the high growth beverage categories functionals are like functionals and fortified beverages. The large opportunity drinks offer the specific health benefits beyond the basic nutrients. Now the probiotics is already there. You know that in the health function, the probiotics are there. And now the trend is coming with the prebiotics also, vitamins, fortifieds and everything. Even the traditional herbs are being infused in the drinks right now. Ashwagandha is there, ginger is there, some of the extracts of the lemons and other herbs are also being extracted. So the different benefits of this products are being utilized in today's beverages. There are the non-alcoholic adult beverages are there, which people are moving, some of them are moving from the alcoholic beverages to the other beverages. So where there are different kind of non-alcoholic beverages like beers and everything with the flavored wines and everything is there. And plant-based dairy alternative drinks are also there, like made from soy, almonds, oats and everything. Milk is very famous for the vegan people who don't want to go into the milk-based products, or who has a lactate intolerance people are there. Then RTD teas and coffees are also is there, like more convenient package in traditional favorites. And India is the highest consumer. It's a traditional daily drink of a house. Tea and coffee is like it is like that. Then premium juice, fruit beverages like juices are there, cold press options are there, smoothies are there, nectars are there, like jamun, kokum, bale is there. So the thing is happening like people not only accepting the beverages from the western sides or somewhere else, but they are also coming up with the traditional beverages also. And the demand is increasing as their functional benefits are also lots of there. And this like bell is there, it's good for digestion. The kokum is also good for digestion. And it's kind of a beverages which are coming up. Crafted sodas again coming with the infused sodas, like mixing functional with soda. Like prebiotic sodas are going on in the market. Till now, only one company has come up with this, and the people are coming. Trying to launch more and more products in this. Next. So today's top product in the high market value, as I told, that vegan people are more into soya milk and all such things. Then kombucha is there. Then again, a fermented drink for the gut. Matcha is there. Now the trend is of the matcha Japanese tea, or what we call it, a green tea kind of thing. Then RTT brew cold coffee, which is again a different kind of. It is not the same traditional way how we make it a coffee. It's something where it is being kept for a few hours, soaked this powder, and then it is being used. Then electrolyte enhanced drinks like the Gratrol and other drinks are there.
I think
where the sports and this sports drinks are very famous for the gym persons or other athletes and everybody. Then high protein shakes are also again for the gym persons who are the more health conscious. Herbal infused teas are again with the tulsi or ginger and everything being infused in it. And nowadays that coconut drink is also very famous, like natural coconut or concentrated coconut water, even the milk of the coconut and other. So as I said, the soya milk, the market is growing like from can say like it's $71.43 million to $107 million by 2030. It is going by 8.45 CAGR as per the CAGR reports. So it's good. Like the people are now, from the milk to coming to a vegan, and that's why the soya products, soya-based beverages are increasing. Not only soya, but other drinks are also, as I said, that almond is there, others are there. Then from soya beverages, the tofu is always manufactured. Next. Then kombucha tea is also there. Today, the market of the kombucha tea is around $125 million, and it is expected to reach around, nearby $450 million by 2030. Next. Matcha is again, as I said, that it is a tea from Japan, and how it is being grown in a shade, and the color of that tea is being gives that green color to it, and the different kind of beverages are being made in today's world, and it is being quite in trend in today's like market. So latte is something there, the brewed matcha is there, and the tea with spirits are also being famous, and it is expected to grow around 11.1 CAGR. So as you can see on the screen that currently it is 3.84 billion market or 4.17 billion market, and it is expected to grow by 6.35 billion market. Next. Yeah, electrolyte enhanced drinks. There are two kind of like electrolytes are there: the rehydration solutions and the electrolytes. In this, first of all, I'll go with this electrolyte drink. So the CAGR is 7.54% is expected to grow by 2029. Currently, it is 33.26 billion. So it's very huge market. This is a very growing actually. So the electrolyte is like, it's a very much sugar based, where you require an energy, where the sports person requires more. It's like when you sweat too much, you require. So the slow and absorption in the blood is there. Whereas there's a rehydration solutions absorb very fast. Instead of, IV therapies, it is used nowadays to just get fast absorption in your blood. So you get good energy and everything. It's more of a medical side of a use it is. Next. And today the high protein shakes are also being used, like whey protein, caseins, and everything is being infused in the functional foods and everything, where the beverages are being made with the high proteins. The food has already come up with this high protein products. So they are the different kind of a protein, concentrated milk protein and everything. Casein is there, soya protein, pea flour and everything. Pea protein is there, hemp is there, and a brown rice protein is there. Next. So a value-added coconut beverages, as I said, that coconut is also increasing a market like anything, and it is currently around $7.5 billion and is expected to $18.43 billion by 2032. And a flavored blends of a coconut is also available in the market. Then the coconut milk-based drinks are there. Even lots of vegetable are being made with this. Curries are being made with the coconut milk. And hybrid coconut beverages, water beverages are also there. And then the coconut alcohol is also available. Next. Technology implementation and automations. The key technology drivers are the demand for the consistent quality and taste in every bottle. What this says that once I drink one today, suppose I'm taking some thumbs up or something today, and tomorrow I go to some another place and drink. If the same taste is not there, or after 2-3 months I again wanted to taste the same thing, then there will be a problem. So the consistent quality is very important. to need to make up that things, what we need to do, we need to decrease the human intervention in that, because human errors are more in that. So the more automations, more speed up in the scale. Today, if the demand suddenly increase of the some of the products, then we need to increase the scale up of this. And the strict FSI regulations are also having a problems, like, if you don't get a better these things, regulations in that, hygiene issues are there or something issues are there, then there will be a problem. So the maximum automations and everything is very required. Even that online or QC checks are also important in today's world. Even the rising the labor cost and the skilled labor, to get a skilled laborers in today's industry is very difficult, and people are sometimes not ready to move from one place to another place also. So it's better that if we have an automized plant, then it will be a good and a sustainable for the manufacturers. Resource monitoring is also one of the things for the sustainability goal, like resource monitoring, like from where you're getting the raw materials, how you're doing any contract farmings, you are doing anything. That is a resource of each and every product which you needed. You are setting up an beverage industries where you require a juice or something like that. So you require maybe a concentrated, you don't want a not concentrated. So when you have proper resources, then it will be easy for you to keep that quality also in the market. And raw material processing is like automated conveying systems and everything. This packing, filling, quality controls, everything should be as much as possible should be online. A batch process to be minimized, that so that it's easy to monitor, and even quality checks are easy. So today, in today's world, SCADA systems are there, PLC is there, IoT is there. There are many automation sensors and everything is available in the market. So you can start your industries with that also. Next. Financial planning and break-even analysis. To start up of industries, definitely you required some of the fixed capitals are there, and there are plants and machineries capitals, land is there, vehicle is there, refrigerated. If you have a cold chain systems, like you have a perishable items, then you require a refrigerated cold chain systems, which is quite available in urban, but sometimes it is difficult for the rural areas. If you want to reach out to a maximum place, then the cost of transportation is higher than the product also sometimes. So we need to fix the plant, or the positioning of the plant should be as such that it is easily deliverable to the each part of the countries where you want to reach the maximum market. You should have a target audience, which audience you are targeting and everything. Then comes the working capital. Working capitals for the inventory, for the raw material, your packing material, then the finished goods, everything, warehouse, rents and everything. So you require the working capitals. Accountable for the distribution channels. Today's distribution channels, it's a CNF, then distributors, wholesalers, and everything is there. Operational expenses are there. Like overheads of the daily overheads of the laborers and other are there. Funding strategy options are like equity financing, selling stake from the founders, or asking for the angel investors and venture capital firms to get this. Debt financing, loan from the banks requiring solid business plans, and often collaterals are required for that. So if you have a good product and startups, even the government schemes are also there. There are lots of startup available in India that governments are helping. Like AIIM is there. Then Atal Kalam is also there. Where for the today's generations, government is helping a lot. Like PMFME is there. Then MOFPI is there. There are lots of financial aids are available in the market. So why the break-even analysis is critical? It is the pricing decision. It helps in the pricing decisions. Like if you to product is of 10 rupees and your other overheads are there of that 20-30 rupees, then you need to financially, it is helping you that if I go, I sell this many products today or in a month, then I'll be easily achievable my cost of machineries and everything, interest, depreciations, everything by this many years or a month. It will be helping you in sales targets and everything, your marketing overheads and everything. And also it will help to control the cost where it impacts your fixed versus variables and everything. So these things are very important in today's beverages.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Shailendra, for giving so much detailed knowledge about the beverages industry, and also the wonderful insights which you have given through the financial plannings, how a beverages industry should create a financial plan. Right? That is the keystone to step up into the any industry and most important part. So thank you very much for that. And yeah. So we have Mr. Nilesh Lele also have joined with us, and he have varied experience in field of engineering, finance, strategy, and marketing in food processing industry. He has also mentored with Startup India and on mentorship board of incubation centers across India, and is associated with 50 plus startups across beverage industry. We welcome Mr. Nilesh Lele. Very good afternoon to you.
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon.
So
I hope I'm
thank you for
audible.
joining. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
thank you for joining. And I
yeah.
request you to give an insight about the beverages sector.
Sure. So, I think the earlier speaker has given a good overview about various
Yes,
sectors and the trends that we are seeing. So, I will divert a little bit, and I will actually walk through my journey as an entrepreneur, especially in the beverage domain. So, around 2013 or 14 is when I started my journey as an entrepreneur in the food industry. I started with marketing of food products because that is a challenge that most of the manufacturers face. So I aggregated a bunch of different products. Obviously, carbonated beverages was one of them, like Jeera soda and a few fruit-based sodas. At the same time, I was also aggregating and under my brand name selling some fruit-based non-carbonated drinks like the likes of Kokam Sharbat, typical Maharashtrian, Mumbai and Konkan based kind of products, right? So I started off with aggregating like from 5, 6 different manufacturers and develop my own market. Once I was confident about the market, and that's also my advice to any entrepreneurs who are out here, that A, try to set up a market first and then maybe go into manufacturing. That could be one of the strategies. Uh, because once you have a manufacturing setup, obviously you have to do marketing or achieve a sales. But if you already have marketing sales, it will be easier to achieve like what you also discussed about the break-even analysis and few of the other things. That will be easy to achieve, right? Once you set up your own manufacturing unit. So that's predominantly the strategy I use, where I started marketing the products first, getting it manufactured from third party, and then selling it under my own brand name. So once I did that, in after a year or so, I got a understanding of the markets, the seasonality, like beverage industry, which is around 2 to 3 lakh crore in India, dominated by tea and coffee, followed by your, and I'm not considering the milk as a beverage, right? Maybe milk based beverages we can consider, but milk purely or dairy, I'm not considering it under the beverage segment right now when I'm saying the numbers. So followed by, after tea, coffee, you also have all these carbonated beverages, packaged drinking water, fruit based, ready to serve, ready to drink beverages, then you have all these functional beverages, and so on and so forth. So what I also observed was there was what we call seasonality. Like typically in the months of summers is when you see a spike, and almost 60% of our sales happen in the 4 months of summer, and the remaining 8 months would give us around the balance 30-40% of sales. Okay, so that was one other learning or understanding that I got after doing this business for over a year now, right? So once that happened, I narrowed it down to manufacturing only carbonated beverages. So whereas when I was aggregating, I was doing pickles and sauces, jams, and many other things. But I figured that okay, if I have to set up my own manufacturing, probably carbonated beverages, what we typically call sodas, right? The jeera masala, orange cola, lemon, those kind of beverages is what I will narrow down and set up a manufacturing unit myself. So I ended up buying a 20 bottles per minute machinery, which costed around 15-20 lakhs almost 10 years ago. So I don't know the exact numbers today, but it will be in the ballpark, same 20-25 lakhs is what the machinery cost will be for a 20 bottle per minute kind of a carbonated setup. With that setup, I went into the market. The way I had positioned it was typically a 10 rupee and a 20 rupee kind of a market. And that's another. So you have a product, you have to figure out what the market is and whether there is a fitment to it. So, sorry, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, but
Yeah,
it's breaking a bit.
yeah, I think it should be fine. I was just getting a phone call. So that is another key learning if there are any startups or any new entrepreneurs here that figure out a product market fit. So I was also making a certain type of beverages which were the kinds of mojito. Then I also had a flavor which was called blue curacao, and I was selling it at a 10 rupee or a 20 rupee price point. There was another, and I'll not name the brand, but there's another brand who was more or less doing same kind of products and selling it as blue curacao, was selling it as mojito in a glass bottle with a very nice fancy label, and was selling it at 100 rupees. Whereas I was in a typical plastic bottle, simple label, selling it at 10 rupees, right? So I again understand that, and maybe that was a mistake, and that was a learning I got, that it was a premium product, the likes of a virgin mojito, the likes of a blue curacao, but I had positioned it incorrectly and was selling it as a 10 rupee product. If I had positioned it as a fancy product and as a 100 rupee MRP product, probably I would have the product market fit would have been much better. Okay, so that is another learning that I got. Then once that happened, I kept scaling up. This whole beverage industry, a lot of it is all about distribution, and I think the earlier speaker also spoke about the CNF, the distributors, the wholesalers, the retailers, right? That's a typical chain that you follow. So then I traveled mostly across Maharashtra, and there was a point just before COVID, at the peak of the whole business, where my products were available in 18 different districts across Maharashtra. Right? So each and every distributor was appointed by me. So that also gave me a lot of learnings as to how the dynamics work, who are the local players, and like I said, especially when it comes to packaged drinking water or your juices or carbonated beverages, it's a game of distribution. You have to be very solid in distribution. Your product needs to be available when there's demand. The pricing has to be right. The commissions that you, or the margins that you give to the distributor, to the retailer, that is also very important, because unless there's a brand loyalty coming from the customer, what we also call in marketing terms a pull is generated. Yeah, unless the pull is generated, you have to keep doing what is called the push strategy, where you're giving more and more margins to the distributor, to the retailers. You're running schemes like if you do X amount of sales per month, then you get additional margin and things like that, right? So a lot of these learnings came out of that journey, and I kept doing it till COVID, of course. And then when COVID hit, it was especially the first wave. It was slightly challenging. There was some offer for me to acquire the unit, so I sold it out eventually. One other learning I got from this is I call it a 2 by 2 matrix. You have your volume and you have your value or your profit, right? So carbonated beverages is typically a high volume, low value or low margin game. So I realized that, okay, I need to be in a business where I cannot be in a high value, like high volume and a low value kind of a game. I need to be in a high value kind of a game. So I've also pivoted in like 2018, 19, before COVID itself. And I also pivoted into making, if I mean, for we can consider it as a beverage, though it's not considered as a beverage business, but I pivoted into making what are called fruit wines. So I make jamun, mango, all these typical tropical Maharashtra based fruits. We make wines out of it. These are alcoholic beverages with 10% alcohol content. And the key reason was that even if the volume is less, because the margins are high, it's a much more profitable business. So even if I do a crore of business, I'm getting 20-30% net profit out of there. Whereas if I do a crore of business in like a carbonated beverage, I'm hardly making 4-5% profit, right? So that is another learning I got, that I call it a 2 by 2 matrix: value and kind of a business. Let's say an Apple phone or a Mercedes or a BMW, where it's a high value and hopefully high volume game, or you will be in any of these other three quadrants. So unfortunately, I started my soda business with a low value, low volume quadrant, and the only other quadrant that was possible for me to move is low value, high volume. And that's where, like what I just said, that instead of being in low value, I decided to be in high value. So the two possible quadrants are high value, low volume, and high value, high volume, right? So I hope you have understood the kind of pivoting or the kind of journey that I've had in earlier in the carbonated beverages and eventually into the alcoholic beverages kind of thing, right? So so those were some of the learnings, and I'll be on the call, maybe take more questions, so that if there are certain specific things that come to your mind, I'll be more than happy to answer in this session. But certain key takeaways, I think, from my past 10 years of my journey, especially in the beverage industry, is that you need to understand the product market fit. You need to have a good go to market strategy. Pricing is important. Figuring out the margin structures, figuring out the channels, how you're going to sell. Are you going to go through general trade? Are you going to go through modern trade? E-com is becoming very popular. Quick coms are becoming very popular. So a lot of these things are very, very important for you to understand and to study before you actually enter into the market. Okay. So I thank Mr. Guru and his team for giving me this opportunity, and I'll be available on the call at the end when we have a Q&A session. If anybody has any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you, Nilesh, for wonderful insights. And I request you to hold on till the end of this session, as we will be having the question and answer session at the end of the uh, webinar. So, coming to the next expert, we have Mr. Tipanna with us, who is an assistant professor and the head of Department of Food Processing Technology at DSLD College of Horticultural Engineering and Food Technology at Bagalkot. With over 15 years of experience in post-harvest handling, food processing, and value addition, he has led several government-funded projects in the sector. He has published 25 scientific papers and serves as a master trainer for National Food Processing Program. We warmly welcome you, Mr. Tipanna.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving this opportunity to to give a insights about the beverage developments. Today, I'm going to brief you about 5 to 6 different segments of this beverage industry. Mainly, beverage industry not an industry I'm talking about. I'm talking about the technology. I'm talking about the government support for how to establish a small scale or a big scale government the beverage industry, not whole of our food processing industry. In that also specific to government industry, and what are the different quality control measures or certification standards which is required by the to establish any beverage industry, and also what kind of the opportunity we have a technical trainings and skill development. That's also going to give us some focus, and what are the different export opportunity and global demand for these recent trends in the beverages, innovations in beverage, what you call as a preservation packaging technology. Then finally, I'm going to speak about the sustainability of the preservation of that beverage product. Let me start with the what are the advanced processing technologies. When you when you talk about a beverage means the some which is comes to our mind is something is pasteurized, something is sterilized, like that of things is coming to our mind. But recently there has many technologies came into the market. They are on the pipeline. Among that, very important is high pressure processing, aseptic processing and filling, which is also thermal processing, and also pulse field filtration technology. These are all recent. Some lot of there no such commercial, not in India. Some other country like European countries, there's the commercial industries are available with respect to all these things. With respect to these processing technology, let me start with the high pressure processing. What do you mean by high pressure processing? Anything. This is also called as a cold pasteurization. Something, whatever the food or a beverage and a bottle are subject to extremely high hydrostatic pressure, which helps to kill all the microbes. And also, mainly when you talk about the thermal processing, there we are going to lose many delicate vitamins, antioxidant enzymes, which is preserved in this kind of high pressure processing. That's why this high cold procedures, which are very high in value, can be high in value, which are what you call as a cold pressed juice, smoothies, and other essential drinks like coconut water. And high pressure. One problem with this high pressure processing is a very capital expensive method of processing. And when compared to this, but as a newest technology, this going to add a lot to our beverage bottle, because many, when you talk about the beverages, we especially natural beverages, we talk about the vitamins, minerals, those are going to add to our health, but preserving these in the processing is also most important. And next very important, very highly utilized technology is called as aseptic processing and filling. Nowadays, whatever the fruit and vegetable beverages, the first primary processing what is to cleaning and operation. Next thing is going to extraction of fruit. Many of the industry, 90% of industry now adopting the technology called as aseptic processing, which involves sterilizing the beverage or a pulp and packing the materials such as a Tetra Pak or aseptic packaging material or PET bottle in a barrels. In that very high temperature, means somewhere temperature varying from 130 plus 130 to 150 degree temperature is applied for a very short period. This pasteurization will going to kill all the microorganisms. This technology is a backbone of long shelf life of the any beverage market. Whatever now, whatever glass pattern which is available in the market, basically they are undergoing some temperature ranging from 70 to 85 degree temperature. But preliminary preparation, the many product, if for example, mango is available in the only for about a period of 3 to 4 months. During that time, the mango is converted into a pulp form. Then, whenever the off season, this pulp is converted into a beverage or semi other product. And one more important technology is called as a pulse liquid, where exactly it is also a non-thermal technology, where liquid beverages are passed between two electrodes and subjected to a short and high voltage pulses, which helps to remove the microorganism, make it sterile. How? When you apply temperature to a product like that, here when you place the beverages in the two electrodes, which is going to kill many microbes. Or some other simple technologies like membrane filtration technology, which are very ultrafiltration, microfiltration, these things are used. And recently, there is a supercritical fluid extraction method of technology is also used for the development of beverages or beverage industry. Can you move to next slide, please? Very important is what kind of government support. For example, if we want to go for a big scale or a large scale processing industry, we have a different Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana, where exactly maximum funding is done. The 35% funding is come, which is more than a 8 to 10 crores. But if you want to go for very small scale processing, which recently from last 4-5 years, Government of India is running a scheme called as PMFME, which holds good for many. Earlier, it was adopted like a one district, one product. Because of lesser the people may not interested. For example, I will take the example of my own place where mango is considered as a ODOP product, but very few entrepreneurs came in to start the business in the processing. Later, during 2023, this scheme has made it available for any district, any product like that. Now, whichever the districts in entire nation, you can utilize this PMFME. They invested about 10,000 crore rupees for the establishing a small scale entrepreneur or bringing about 25 lakhs these micro entrepreneur to mainstream, because India is run by these what you call as a small or medium scale or what you call as a cottage industry. Government has decided to bring them to main channel. They started a project called as PMFME, which is a credit linked subsidy. What do you mean by credit linked subsidy? Means, for example, if I have a project plan for 10 lakh rupees, in that I will get about 50% of subsidy from the Government of India as well as Karnataka. Means 35% share from the Government of India and 15% share from the Government of Karnataka. And first, what I supposed to do, I was supposed to submit an application to the district resource person and through what you call as a online portal, where I need to put all my project DPR, where I'm going to get a funding and everything. Then it will move to the banking, where exactly bank will going to provide a 90% loan. Means about 9 lakhs loan will be supported for the any banks which are supposed to provide a loan, and in that I need to pay only 1 lakh rupees in the initial investment. After the establishment of my processing industry or a beverage industry, whatever industry I'm going to establish with the worth of 10 lakh rupees, I used to get 5 lakh rupees as a subsidy, and that subsidy amount will be credited to my loan account. Means hardly I need to pay 10 lakh rupees as a basic money, 1 lakh rupees as a basic money, and remaining 4 lakh rupees I need to repay to the banking. This is what this very unique kind of this PMFME scheme, but all these things are based on the how nicely we implemented approach is very important, because I have been associated with this project from last 4 years and working as a CU for this incubation center in our own campus, and also I am working as a master trainer for fruit and vegetable processing for the state of Karnataka. I have all this idea how to, and also this project, this PMFME is also helping if you go for community-based processing or establishing any beverages industry, up to 3.5 crore rupees they are ready to spend for the establishment of common incubation centers. Even if we want to establish a marketing and branding for our that FPOs, SHGs or any federation, they're going to supplemented or supported by 50% subsidy. Means some of the agencies across the India has got up to 50 lakhs to from 50 lakhs to 1.5 crores subsidy from this exclusive project. This is what the advantage of this PMFME scheme. And also some of the other scheme like this brand promotion, this will going to help this, and also this PMFME scheme will going to help you development or research and development also. Someone want to develop their own kind of product. For that will the supported by the research and development grant. Can we move to next slide, please? Yeah, also the very important topic is quality standard certification, because we need to develop a product which are global standard. For that, we abide to the rules and regulations set up by the Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, which is concerned to with respect to Indian perspective. When it comes to the global perspective, we have a Euro gap or global gap. For that, we need to undergo all the standards which is registered or which is standardized by the importing country. For take an example, if you want to establish any beverage industry, first we need to go for licensing and registration. What it means by registration means, suppose my business is less than 12 lakhs, I'm operating within the state, I just simply go for registration. But my business is more than 12 lakhs and it is operating within the state, I need to go for FSSAI licensing. Then if my business is across the country, or even it is more than 2 crore, from 12 lakh to 2 crore, I supposed to go for what you call as central registration. These are the any food business operator has to get the licensing and registration from the FSSAI. This is a basic. You can see in any beverage pack or any food product, FSSAI number will be there, about 13-digit number will be available. That stands for state, that category and everything how to take up. And there we need to follow standards which is designated by the FSSAI. Some things I prepare my own kind of proprietary food, I can submit that proprietary, what kind of ingredient, what is the composition, everything I need to submit to the FSSAI. I should get a what you call permission from the FSSAI before going to label it. Then very important is labeling and packaging. Nowadays, FSSAI is giving a clear-cut instruction what need to be mentioned in the label. We should mention, nothing should be like misleading the product or misguidance with respect to the product ingredient, other things we are supposed to follow. Then hygienic sanitation. For that, we have to adopt some of the voluntary or compulsory like option, like good manufacturing practices, good hygienic practices that business must follow to ensure the food is handled and processed in a clean and safe environment. We know the food which is packed looks very good, but on what condition it is processed, it is all depends upon the what kind of voluntary or compulsory that certification process we adopted. That's also it may be HS as a ISO 22000, then AGMARC, BAS, organic certification. All these are the voluntary certification. Voluntary certification means something the client can, if he undergo with my product is FSSAI accept, means he is believing more rather than regular or compulsory certifications. We need to adopt. If you want to set our beverage business throughout India or global level, we must follow the standards or a certification or something. We need to adopt these kind of advanced or voluntary certification program to make our product globally safe and more marketing kind of things. Can you go to next slide, please? And before start any beverage industry, if you are a beginner, better to undergo a lot of training and skill development program. That's very essential, because unless if you have a proper idea about the product knowledge, it is very difficult to convince the consumers. For that, skill is very important. Why skill development is top priority? Technology adaptation. What do you mean by technology? The shift from the manual operation to the automatic system. First thing is for reaching a high throw output or maximum production per hour or maximum production per day, we need to automate our manufacturing system. either it by the mechanization through robotics or advanced processing technologies. With respect to quality and food safety, we need to undergo a lot of testing and other things like maintaining a stringent FSSI and international quality standards requires a personal trained, means someone who's working in the what you call as a testing laboratory or our beverage testing laboratory. He should aware about what kind of things changes in the or what kind of notification is daily taking place with respect to FSSI, everything you undergo, or some international agency, what kind of changes they're expected every day. He should have an idea. Then why this skill is important for means efficiency and cost control. Means whenever we apply a good skill with respect to operator, production output, high speed production line with the minimal downtime, reduce wastage of raw material. For everything, we have a first thing is efficiency. Second, it helps us to reduce the cost of production, because with this what you call as a competitive world, or lot of the MNC companies are working for these beverages. If we want to compete with them, we need to reduce our price and we need to set our standards such a high that we need to compete with that industry, as well as our product should be unique. Then only the consumers will attract our product. Otherwise, it is very difficult to compete with the existing big players. Whatever I don't want to mention what are the different big players. With them, if you want to compete, means our product should be unique. Our product should have a less what Nilesh sir has told that we need to first pull and push. No, initially we need to pull the or we need to push our product to the market. Means we have to give more margin to the our stakeholders. It may be the wholesalers or retailer or stockist. For them, we need to provide platform. Then key skill areas in high demand is machine operation and automation, because this is very common problem for industry is facing, that we have a very good setup of machines, but if something break or something goes wrong in between the processing, we need to wait for the supplier or manufacturer to come and repair that product. It is very difficult. It kills our time as well as the money and the efficiency, raw material wastage, everything will going to happen. Before setting any processing machine, we develop a what you call as a that skilled persons who can operate all the machines. He ready to repair, take care of the machines. That's very important. Next is maintenance and engineering. That's also important. Not only repair and other things, regular maintenance, washing related things, oiling things, and what kind of different maintenance. What means all these kind of operation you should aware. Then with respect to key areas which have high demand is quality assurance. That our that laboratory assistant or our QA executive should thorough about the quality control, chemical analysis, biological analysis, microbiological analysis, physical analysis, because these are a very important certificate we need to submit to our client before going to sell our product. Then only they believe our product and we make sure that our product is more. And also food science and processing technology. This is what not only going for only few products, we need to maintain or develop a new product which are very new to the market, which have some of the what you can say innovative things in that, which is a functional property for that product. Everything we should focus. Then only our product, because until unless if you give a wide varieties of beverage to a market, if you go for single product, nobody will go to take our product, or no, our stakeholders like our stockists or retailers will go to push our product to the market. We should have time to time, we have to update ourselves with the product kind or product development. Next is supply chain and logistics. This is very important. We should have a strong network of supply chain and logistics, because until unless if your logistic and supply chain proper, our business will going to end up in only one place or a one district. If you have proper channelization of our product, if I produce some product in Bangalore, it has to reach to Delhi, means I should have a strong network. I should have some what you call as an understanding between the different logistic agencies, or we should develop own our logistic methodology, which will going to help us in the filling the gap of supply and demand. Can you go to next slide, please? Export opportunity in global demand. This is actually what you got. Local food is a global food. What you called means which is our produce, because now with the present era, Indian diaspora is there throughout the world. They request the product which is produced in Pune, which is produced in Bangalore, which is produced in Mysore, can reach to the different parts of the world. For that, we need to develop a product which are that much standard. That is one thing. And other thing is, even other country like European country or Western country requires a lot of product from our side, because Indian agriculture goods or products are damn cheap compared to the Western products. That's the one good opportunity we got. What's the global demand drivers? Demand drivers and ethic and aesthetic flavors. I mean, this is very important. We have our own kind of product with us. Those kind of products will be more. Now it is becoming a the consumers which is there in the North America, Europe, Middle East are increasingly adventurous about our product. That's the one thing. Second thing is health and wellness. That's a magnet means the consumers or people request low sugar or no sugar option. Low sugar or no sugar means the product we should develop in such a that we should provide the very less sugar, or we should provide with a no sugar with a natural and functional benefits. Natural ingredients means we are using a ilachi, we are using ginger, something turmeric powder. They are all the natural ingredients. Many beverages if we take into market, if you get a uniformity, only we had synthetic colors and the flavors, then only will get. But we need to develop a market in such a way that whatever natural ingredient applied, that has to be taken by the market. But the consistency of the product is very important. And these ingredient or these beverages or these foods will have a functional benefits, means something which helps to increase our digestion, something which is help to maintain heart health, kidney health. These what you call as ingredient will help to boost our market with respect to health and well-being. Next, rise in plant-based diet, because plant means anything which is sourced from the plant, like milk from the animal. We are shifting to the soya milk. They are all the plant-based diet. Something if you call but the vegetable meat like a jackfruit is now considered as a veg meat. Like that, different products which are demand in other countries or Western country, we need to understand their requirement and supply in such a condition what they want. Next, key export opportunity for Indian beverage manufacturers are ethnic and traditional Indian beverages, functional beverages based on the Ayurveda and Indian botanicals, value-added fruit and vegetable juices. That's very important. Then tea and coffee based RTD beverages means ready to drink tea, coffee, and all those things. Next, plant-based dairy alternative drinks. They're also in much demand in the that importing countries. What are the different challenges we are facing with respect to the meeting the global demand is meeting international standards. Means the biggest hurdle is adhering to the stringent food safety and labeling regulations of importing regions like European Union, US, FDA. We supposed to follow their stringent rules and regulations or standards. Building brands, not just exporting the product. It's very important. Bulk, we can export anything, but we need to build our own brand in the international market is a key for this success. Success always depends upon the storytelling and building the strong brand identity that communicate authenticity, quality, and unique origin of the product. These are all very key factor where we can, the product which is produced in India, Karnataka, wherever, it has to be well accepted by the international market. Next, with respect to global that market, logistics and coaching is also very important. For perishable product, maintaining an unbroken cold chain from factory in India to the retail shelf in another country is a significant logistical challenges. When we have a proper, the stakeholder who are involved in from point of production from the Indian factory to the Western or any country's shelf throughout the supply chain, we need to make sure that that cold chain or whatever the parameter which is related to the maintaining its quality has to be maintained properly. Then only our product will reach to the international market safely and it will be sold properly. Can you go to the next slide, please? Next very important thing is sustainability practices in beverage processing. One slide we are missing, sir. Can you go back for the previous slide? Innovation in beverage preservation packaging. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, sir. Can you take it to the next slide? Previous slide. Hello.
Okay. Next slide, please. Sustainability. Yeah. Sustainability practices in processing. What is the sustainability practice of this? Sustainability in Indian beverage processing has transformed from the corporate social responsibility. Means we have to provide, it's our responsibility, means entire society means checks box into the core operational strategy driven by raising resources, cost, stricter environmental laws, consumer demand, eco-friendly packaging material and product, and aggressively innovating the many greener operation. There, very important is it will assure the sustainability practices for the beverage processing. Then, very important thing when you talk of any industries, there is a pollution. It may be water pollution, it is the air pollution, it may be the energy consumption. All these things we need to focus on. Very important to means zero liquid discharge, means whatever the water which are used in the industry, it has to be recycled to the our system, which ensures that there will be zero wastage of water from our industry to the environment. Otherwise, it adds a lot of pollution to the society or our Mother Earth that we need to focus. Then CIP optimization, cleaning process place is very important. Means because these beverage machines are mainly based on the piping, steel, stainless steel pipe system will be there. If you make sure that proper cleaning and washing, we should adopt a cleaning process system which makes us sure that the proper cleaning and sterilization of this all equipment and pipelines of which machine we are using. Then with respect to water harvesting, we are supposed to follow a rainwater harvesting system that will help to utilize that water for our processing as well as utilization. Next, energy management, reducing the carbon footprint. That's very important. As much as possible, we are supposed to use a renewable energy, such as the energy which is produced in the solar system, or solar powered energy, or wind powered energy, which are renewable in nature, which reduces the carbon footprint to the nature. Solar power companies are installing extensive rooftop solar panels, are entering into the long-term agreements to buy power from the large-scale solar farms. That's also one of the kind of things we need to adjust to make the processing is sustainable. Then biomass boiler, instead of going for the diesel kind of boiler, we should use the waste biomass from the industry, which is converted into pellets, then which is used as a source of fuel for the boiler, because boiler is a very important component of any beverage industry, because need to develop a lot of temperature or a sterilization process. For that, we need to develop that steam. This biomass help us. Then heat recovery, heat exchanger, the latest exchange, some other advanced methodology we need to adapt to reduce the waste of heat, or when you go for cold chain, we need to develop reduce the cost involved in the reducing the temperature. Waste valorization, that's very important. Whatever the waste which is generated from our beverage industry, it has to be converted. For example, I am taking an example which we are running a small incubations in our campus. Mango is one of the major key component. Whatever the mango processing on campus, which is converted, the stones of the mango which we are used for the multi-premium plants. Mango plants stones are used. That stones are sold and develop a sap seedling. Then we will go for grafting and convert it to planting material. That's the one thing we can reduce the waste. Then whatever the waste like tea waste, other thing we you need to utilize it for the extraction of a very key components like starch extraction, or we can extract some of the chemicals or that components which is required for our food processing, that can be extracted. And at the last, whatever the waste we are going to get, that has to be converted into a vermicompost or some of the good FOM, which is again recycled back to the motherland of the farming industry. Farming, okay, we can give it back the same thing. Sludge management, we are supposed to maintain ETP, means effluent treatment plant is very essential when you go for, which is there after treating that water, it can be utilized for different developments, irrigating our plantations, irrigating for our agricultural land. For that, ETP establishment is very essential. I hope I fulfilled your requirement for this presentation. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Tipanna sir, for wonderful session. I hope our attendees got a great insight on the market details, trending projects, what are into the beverages, and finally the sustainable practices that are there in the beverages industry. Thank you very much for the detailed information. As I'm looking at the questions to the expert today, we have also our poll session now. I hope it is visible to everyone there. There is a poll icon in the middle of the screen. If you can participate in that, we will allow you a 2 minutes time to please, who has not participated, you can apply on the poll button and click your options there. Thank you very much for all. There are few questions coming from our attendees, and we will go one by one to answer those queries. There is a question for Tipanna sir. In aseptic processing, does the nutritional values are retained or lost?
With respect to aseptic, because it's a short processing period, means it will take hardly a few seconds. No, there is a retention of some of the nutrients will be there, but very high temperature sensitive that vitamin C kind of things are retention will be less. But other than that, vitamin A, other vitamins or minerals, there is no question of losing the minerals and vitamin A. There is only few thermosensitive vitamins, like vitamin C is destruction of little quantity will be there.
Okay. That was insightful. There is one more question coming from the attendee, that is for Nilesh sir. If you are audible to us, hello. We'll move to the next question. There is a question coming from related to the PMEGP scheme. I would like to answer that question. So PMEGP scheme is basically for a project cost which is less than 50 lakhs, and that is applicable with certain criteria, and those criteria are not a major one and that can be easily fulfilled. But PMEGP is mostly applicable for small scale of projects, and it is a credit linked subsidy. So when we talk about the PMKSY, that is Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana scheme, there are subsidies which are provided by the government in the form of grant, and there are subsidies which are back-ended by the government and that are credit-linked subsidies. So these kind of subsidies are a kind of fixed deposit which comes to you after your project gets approved. The amount will be deposited in your account, but it will be locked for a period of 3 years, and till the plant runs successfully for 3 years, then it is unlocked and you can avail that subsidy for you. And talking about the industries that can be done in PMEGP, there are various sectors that can be done in food processing or any other sectors as well. But as we are talking today about the food processing sector, so beverages industry also can be done. Say for example, juice extraction plant are there, which are a small scale plant, or any natural product like coconut water, that is a natural product that is also possible in the same range of product. So PMEGP is a great scheme and applicable for most of the project which falls under 25 to 50 lakhs of budget range. We have some more questions and we will go through them one by one. So Shailendra Singh, we have a question for you.
Yes, tell me.
So, how is the market growth and the export opportunities in beverages industry, especially when we talk about the no, alcoholic beverages or non-carbonated beverages? What are the export opportunities and what countries are majorly buying beverages from India to other countries?
See, again, it is depend on the type of beverages we are manufacturing. You know, like our traditional beverages, especially when we come to a mango-based drink, India is very good in that, and the countries like USA or the European countries are in demand of such kind of beverages. It goes in tins also, cans also, and small juice bottles also. But for the other beverages markets are like, you know, the nearby countries are also there, and the UAE, and I mean Southeast Asia, everything is there. Even the African continents where the beverages is it's very, you know, expanding market in that export.
What do you think about the energy drink market in India? How is it growing?
Energy drink market is coming very well. There are a lot of energy drink players are there in the market, apart from the Red Bull and Monster and everything. The energy drink is like, you know, it depends on the kind of caffeine contents and other limited ingredients you have to use it as per the FSI. So when the energy drinks comes into the market, it should be placed very well. What people mistaken is like they want to compete with directly with the Red Bull. And when they are competing with the Red Bull, they don't see that the marketing they are doing and everything. So you have to place your product as such that it is sustainable to a Red Bull also. I hope I have answered the question.
Yes, yes. So we have one more question coming for Mr. Tipanna, sir.
Sir, please.
Sir, how is the fermented drink market? Like kombucha is there. So kombucha is also gaining a lot of popularity in the market. Also, how we can increase the shelf life of those fermented drinks when we go for a packaged drink, the shelf life becomes an issue for any beverage.
Yeah, I am a little means I'm not having it that much knowledge about these items, sir. Really, I'm sorry.
Shailendra sir,
Sorry,
can you?
Shailendra can answer this one. Shailendra sir can answer this.
Not an issue.
Can you repeat the question?
Sir, there is a beverage, fermented drinks like kombucha is there. So how do you see the market of kombucha or natural fermented drinks in India, and as well as how we can increase the shelf life of those products?
See, the kombucha or the fermented, again, that is being marketed as a gut health drink or low sugar and low calorie kind of a drink with a natural and organic products in it, infused in it. So, as per the market, it is like growing very fast, and I already showed that how the growth is going on. And the preservatives part is like that. See, now there are two kind of a preservatives which we can use in it. It's like artificial or the preservatives which being used, or we can use the natural preservatives. They are mainly nisin, netamycin. There are a lot more preservatives coming up in the market where the natural white labeling is coming up. So that way also people are entering to it. And the fermented beverages market is coming up. The only problem is like a distribution channel for the them. If you can maintain that, then it's good market.
Thank you very much for your answer, sir. There is one more question, Shailendra sir, if you can answer. What type of packaging is better in beverages? Is it better to package in glass bottles or aluminum tin cans are better, are preferred ones?
Again, it is like, the kind of placeability of your product in the market it comes. When it comes to a glass bottle, it is always transparent and people can see what the product is there inside. While in tin, you cannot see. Again, the cost of tin and the other things are quite same, but you required some nitrogen filling to so that doesn't get vacuumed or puffed and all such things in. So glass is always a better option, but the thing is again the transportation cost and the breakage cost of the glass is very high. So what people are doing, they are now coming with user friendly kind of a thing like a teens they are coming up with, and the trend is also going with the teen right now. The only
Tetra
things we
around
need to is this like sorry.
Tetra Pak is also there if we talk about.
Tetra Packs pad is also there. Tetra Packs are also there, and but what we when we compare the glass with the teen, so the current trend is of the teen only. But I would suggest the glass is always better for your flavor and everything retention.
So we have one attendee who has asked about the alcoholic beverages. So coming to that project, actually we at Solution Buggy has delivered the project end to end, and we have helped the client to right from the ideation phase to creating their own brand, and it was a kind of alcoholic ready to drink product, and it was a tin can, and very popular in India in Goa region also, and it offered actually 3 to 4 pre-mixed cocktails, and we developed the product for them. We have developed the branding strategies, created their logos, designing, and everything was done from our side. So we usually take end-to-end projects, like starting from ideation phase, where the client entrepreneur is not aware of what product they should start and what is going in good in the market. By the market research data, we collect all the data and we gather information, what all products are going good in the market, what are the trending products, what can be sold well at a good pricing point. So considering each and every point, we have selected the product for the client, and it is going very good in the market now. They have launched in 2 3 flavors, but one of the flavor, one or two I can remember, that as watermelon mint, Cosmo, and orange passionate screwdriver, and there were many more flavors. So this was about the alcoholic beverage. We have few more questions coming up. So, Nilesh sir, if you are there in the meeting, hello. Okay, let's go to Shailendra sir. There is one question coming up.
Yes, sir.
How to retain the taste nutritional value of fruit-based beverage, particularly while increasing its shelf life, so that there is no impact on the shelf life for particularly for fruit-based beverages.
For fruit based, as the sir told, like there is a different kind of processing technologies are there where you can preserve the maximum flavors and vitamins and everything. So we can go for an HPP, but it has a shelf life of maximum, I can say, 90 days, depends on the product. Then you can go for aseptic if you want to do that. And then there are different kind of other methods are also there, aseptic, and then ultrafiltrations are there. So it depends on the kind of a fruit you are selecting. It depends on the pH of the fruits or the juice you are taking it. If it is an alkaline, then your shelf life will be less. If it is acidic, then you can have a more shelf life. And the type of preservative you are using preservative or you're not using preservative, you are using natural preservative, depends on that things also, and the type of packaging. This all things comes in a pictures and your shelf life of the products with the intact nutrients and everything in it.
Thank you for the insight, sir. There are few more questions that are coming. So, Shailendra sir, there is one more question coming up.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
What is the best way to build marketing and distribution channel for the new entrepreneurs who are going to enter in this market, beverages industry?
So first we need to do a market research, then I think the solution buggy would be the best place for them. And market research is important, which flavors or the availability of the product is available, if you want to go juice based or a carbonated based and everything, or the artificial one, whichever you wants to. Artificial has hardly any problem with this availability of the raw material and everything. But the juice based, yes, what local juice or the fruit is available or you, or the supply of the concentrated juice is available, and the processing area where you are keeping it, and the marketing distributions. The type of marketing distributions you are carrying it is like you going for an e-commerce or this quick commerce, then you should have a different kind of a small dark stores connections and everything. And if you are going for direct distributions to the retailers, then you should have channels from the CNF to the to where
So, I would like to thank everyone. There are few questions that are left, so we will be answering those questions personally and through our team. Those questions also will be answered. At the end, I thank each and everyone of for taking time and attending our webinar session. I congratulate everyone to being in a right path to start your journey in manufacturing. There are few questions that are unanswered, so we will definitely get back to you on those questions, and we will revert back to you as soon as possible. We have upcoming sessions tomorrow, which is into nutraceuticals and packaging. We hope maximum participation in both these sessions as well. Thank you very much.